The Pokemon anime is a show that I deeply respect.
You 4Kids, you did this probably.
I must have spent hundreds of mornings as a kid watching these heartwarming and wholesome stories unfold.
Hollywood is a scary place.
This is pre 9/11.
There's nothing weird or insane about Pokemon. No, it's perfect, bro.
James pulls out the 9.
So let's have a toast of water, because that's all I have, to the most normal kids show ever aired on television.
What the fuck?
It got everywhere. Okay, so I lied. Shoot me. No, that's just a figure of speech. The Pokemon anime was actually one of the most zany and memorable cartoons from my childhood. Who could forget James, the mighty Moltres? The episode where a bunch of Squirtles formed a gang that almost got Ash killed? Or that time he actually died, and then died again, and again. Okay, damn, someone catch this kid a break, dude. Recently, I've had the urge to revisit old Pokemon episodes to see if the show truly was as crazy and fun as I remember. I'd also like to just reminisce about it, because it was one of the first things that I ever saw on TV. So I picked out 2 episodes from box sets that I found in my closet, and enlisted the help of my brother and our good buddy James, no relation, who always take helping me out with videos very seriously.
Yeah, I lost in Fortnite, so I can pay attention now.
Shut the hell up!
The first stop on our journey is Island of the Giant Pokemon, because look at how big this Pikachu is, and there was no thought put into this decision. The first thing we noticed about this episode was how horrifying the intro is, as all of our main characters get swallowed by a water spout.
Talk about twists of fate. Round and round they go.
Casual murder.
How quaint, they're dead.
You know, I think this show was my first exposure to serialization as a kid, and it kind of broke my brain. The idea that a new episode continues from where the previous one left off was so sick for a story like this, because you really feel like you're going on this grand adventure. The initial draw of Pokemon was being allowed to travel the world, befriend so many magical creatures, and do so many important things at such a young age. I think the anime did an amazing job of injecting these pipe dreams into a different medium. It's something that makes the many emotional moments of this show hit so hard, because each and every one of us truly believed that we were the 4th member of this traveling group of friends. Another perk of serialization is it makes picking random episodes like I did hilarious, because they'll just start with the main characters dying and expect you to accept that. Last time, Professor Oak swerved off the road during a drunk driving incident and manslaughtered 5 children. Talk about a tough night for everyone in the community. Anyways, Ash, Misty, and Brock all survive and wash up on a beach.
If this is real life, there would be 1,000 houses along that beachfront.
Yeah.
But when Ash checks on his Pokemon, he's missing 4 of them. And the villains, Team Rocket, which is composed of Jesse, James, and Meowth, lost theirs too. I don't know if TV episodes where characters who are normally together get separated has a name, so I'm just gonna call it an isolation episode. In this case, it's done to give the main Pokemon the screen time to flesh out their characters, instead of just getting by because their trainers can speak for them for whatever reason.
Bulbasaur. What did it say?
I don't fucking know. And they achieve this effect by simply subtitling all the little noises they make. Sure, it's kinda weird at first, but you get used to it. And once you do, you can see just how much this decision did for these characters. Because despite them being rat, turtle, cat, snake, tumor, dog, and tree, they all have distinct, human-like personalities that make them endearing. Take Bulbasaur, for instance, who, when given the ability to speak, adopts the persona of a stupid negative asshole. His 3 friends are scared, confused, and frustrated. They desperately want to find Ash again, and then this dude is just like, oh, he probably forgot about us. Then when Team Rocket's Pokemon show up, and they're clearly worried too, Bulbasaur plants this little seed of doubt, just in case this situation did not suck enough already.
Bulbasaur's a dickhead.
There's also a scene where he's picking a fight with Squirtle at this food cart that's just in the forest for some reason, and I'm just like, dude, Bulbasaur would be like that one friend that you'd slowly phase out of the friend group when you like continuously tell him to knock this stuff off, but he doesn't. But hey, you can't say he isn't memorable, right? I think all those digs at him came from repressed rage from me as a kid watching this episode and just wishing that he'd be nice for once. Also, I think it's really funny that Ekans and Koffing can't speak in complete sentences, the implication being that Jesse and James just didn't train them well enough to do so. I'm getting ahead of myself though. So I mentioned that Ash's Pokemon meet up with Team Rocket's, who immediately abandon Meowth when he tries to pick a fight with them.
This ain't fair. You got me outnumbered.
I promise we won't jump you, bro. Come outside.
This idea is genuinely interesting. Ekans and Koffing both say they only do the stuff they do because they're loyal to their masters, not because they're inherently evil or anything. Pokemon has always loved drawing parallels between these magical creatures and the real animals of our world. And to me, this is just another beautiful example of that. Well, maybe not beautiful, but it's very cool and poignant. I also love how these guys stick together for the rest of the episode. There's a serene sense of peace that washes over me whenever I see these supposed bitter enemies sharing meals together, consoling each other, and even sleeping together. Speaking of which, open your ears real wide when you listen to this clip.
The fuck is that?
Yeah, that is Squirtle screaming in the distance.
But he's right there.
This is straight up my favorite thing about this show. There are so many weird little audio and visual hiccups that make it an absolute joy to go back through. You'll just be watching the show without a care in the world, and then all of a sudden it'll look like my dad's work laptop trying to ray trace Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Why did they... Okay. That looked really good, guys.
You won't see stuff like that in the modern seasons of the show, and I think rough edges like this give this show a lot of charm.
Heroes resume their long journey.
What, he didn't have gloves in that shot?
Anyways, there's gigantic Pokemon trying to kill everyone now, which is a baller-ass way to move the plot forward, by the way. There's a Blastoise, Charizard, Rhydon, Moltres, Zapdos. The latter two I don't think have even appeared in the anime up to this point, because this is episode 17. Plus, they're all immediately hostile and shoot to kill.
Squirtle, 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 Squirtle.
The weather is nice. What did he do to offend you, bro?
Really, the weather is not nice.
Remember this detail, by the way. It's going to be very important later. So now the episode is this cat and mouse fight for survival that leaves everyone running for their lives, especially Jesse and James, whose only reprieve can be found in this phone booth. Now, let's run through a little decision-making workshop, you and me. Be Jesse and James. You are trapped on an island in an unknown location where gigantic creatures have tried to kill you multiple times. You see a phone booth, but don't have the money to call anybody, and you aren't going to call 911 because you're criminals. Your only hope is placing a collect call to your crime syndicate boss, who hates you, by the way, and ask for his help. Oh, and also, if you don't know, since phone booths aren't really a thing anymore, a collect call means that the person you're calling has to pay for it. Now, how do you proceed? Would you apologize for the call and calmly explain the situation to him? Would you lie and say you accomplished the task he gave you to get on his good side before asking for support? Or would you do this?
Holy
To
shit.
protect the world from devastation.
To unite all peoples within our nation.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
Nitwits! How dare you annoy me with your nonsense!
I feel like I need to remind the audience that this was, as far as they know, their only chance for survival. You don't just call people during an emergency and go, "Hey man, sorry, but before I talk, I gotta play my motherfucking theme song for you first."
All my life I want money and power.
Where will this telephone carry
Sorry, I have to do my YouTube intro into the...
It was this scene that made me realize something that I never thought I'd say about this show. Jesse and James are the best characters, and it's not even close. When I was a kid, I hated Team Rocket because they interrupted every single episode only to lose just like they always do. You know they're too weak to do anything substantial, so it always just felt like they were stalling for runtime whenever they attacked. But going back and watching these episodes, dude, the humor humor and charm that these two have rivaled that of some of my favorite characters, period. You know you've struck gold where you can place a character in any situation imaginable and they always thrive. Whether they're happy, sad, angry, good, evil, rich, broke, together, alone, serious, or goofy, you can always count on these guys to make you smile. Keep track of how much joy these guys make you feel through the rest of the video, and I guarantee you'll start seeing things my way. But the constant attacks were very repetitive, I will concede that.
I guess the Team Rocket motto is starting to lose its impact. Never mind.
Dude, 17 episodes in, y'all were saying this shit?
So everybody is just having a terrible time right now. They're worn down, tired of running, tired of tumbling, still haven't regrouped yet. And on top of that, this situation is inherently unfair, as my brother pointed out to me.
They're dead, bro. Hang it up.
Where could they all have gone?
Crazy that Misty and Brock didn't lose
Jesse,
anything.
hauling this thing.
Now that's a great message for the kids to take away. Life is cruel and unfair. You think that's a joke, just wait until the next episode. So Team Rocket hops into a minecart and start going full speed ahead back the way they came. The brake snaps, and that phone cable from before is somehow tied to the cart now, so it trips this giant Kabutops, which then drags the thing along with the cart, deforesting the entire region. We're building up to the climax, where every character comes back together for an explosive finish, and I really like the plot progression here. It ties things up in such a fun and chaotic way.
I wonder what that is.
Certain death, bro.
So then, this is not paraphrased. This is exactly what happens. Team Rocket and Ash's Pokemon show up and they're being chased by all of the giants who aren't currently eating shit at 60 miles per hour. Ash wants to help them, but surprise, stupid, there's a loop. There's a loop in the minecart track. There's a loop.
Dude, I love like making a train track and then just like fuck it. I'm gonna make a loop.
The engineer hates whoever was gonna ride this.
Then all the Pokemon jump into the cart and Team Rocket, who are way too calm about this, give us a play-by-play of what's going to happen next. First, the cable snaps. Second, another travesty of engineering hurls the minecart into the air, where they then crash into the Zapdos, but it's a robot. The robot Zapdos then lands on all of the other giant Pokemon and destroys them. As for our heroes, there's nothing left they can do but hop in that water and pray that it works. It doesn't, they died. Time for the Poke Rap.
Yeah.
Don't go away. The Poke Rap is next.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Okay, not really, but here's the big reveal. So I told you to remember that these giant Pokemon shoot on sight, right? Well, it turns out they're animatronics who get a bit quirky during the day as they're the main attraction of a theme park called Pokemon Land. Do you see the problem here?
Of course, the Pokemon are all mechanical, so don't worry, it's very safe.
What about the fucker who was shooting fire earlier?
At least this place was destroyed though, and I kind of like the aftermath where it's shown that Giovanni was the one who funded it. I didn't think they'd loop him back into the episode at all. Well, that was fun. Time to get sad.
Go west, young Meowth.
Yeah, if you know, you know. This episode gave me depression and I'll never forgive it. Anyways, Ash and his friends get invited to Hollywood.
Are cordially invited to attend the world premiere screening of the exciting new motion picture event Pokémon in Love in Hollywood, California.
What?
This is a map of the Kanto region. Where the fuck is California? Bulbapedia? Don't lie to me, it's not in Western Kanto, you scam artists. So it's safe to say that this is going to be another filler episode, you know, one that has nothing to do with the main plot. And I gotta say, based on my past experiences and how much I enjoyed these two, filler episodes in Pokemon are pretty damn good. In fact, most of the other episode candidates I had for this video were also filler, just a fun little observation. So Meowth actually grew up in Hollywood, and as he begins his backstory, his first words immediately set the mood.
No family, no friends, no home.
Me every day, bro.
Go home? Your house.
I'm on the street right now, boys. I forgot to tell you. Pledge to the Patreon.
He's so hungry that he tries to eat baseballs. wow, but ends up tipping the basket over and capturing himself. This is a minor inconvenience for the elementary school baseball team it belonged to. So obviously they strung him up, tied him to a tree, and then completely forgot about him. Okay, so I have to ask, and I hope that you guys can back me up on this. Why are characters in 90s cartoons so mean? SpongeBob, The Simpsons, Ed, Ed and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Pokémon. People are always getting screamed at or thrown out of places for minor mishaps. It is so nasty, dude. There's a chef in this episode who keeps catching Meowth stealing food from his restaurant, and every time he nabs him, he beats the shit out of him until he can't walk anymore. If you did that in real life, you should be in jail. Even as a kid, I hated this trend in cartoons. Like, you don't have to be mean to be funny, you stupid, worthless assholes. Going back to Ash and friends, they found themselves in the star-studded streets of Hollywood. The lights are bright. Oh my god, what happened here?
Wait, actual Hollywood? Real?
It's the reality. Holy shit.
Unemployment rate 23%.
Hollywood is not doing very well, and can I just say, for such a downer of an episode, I really love all the little moments of comedy sprinkled in, some intentional and some not. Like, there's a scene where Meowth sees a female Meowth, immediately falls in love, and then tries to cross the street to go see her.
Oh shit! Dude!
There's Persian's hilarious voice.
What?
And then there's this lady who is like the most over-the-top rich snob in existence. Like, it is astounding how low she sinks in this episode.
I wish I could keep you, but I'm sure you can fend for yourself. I have to.
Wow.
Wow. Lovely.
Also, the license plate on that car is 52 Meowth, 52 being Meowth's Pokedex number. I like that, that's cute. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Meowth joined a gang when he got to California to steal food for himself, but then enter stage left, Meowsy. This cat is something else. So Meowth falls in love with her and tries to woo her to no avail. She's only interested in diamonds and tells Meowth the rich lady buys her whatever she wants, and can provide way more for her than some filthy street cat ever could. He'll never be like this human, so why even bother? Right, so this is where he should have moved on and then never spoken to her again. But in the end, the guy tried bettering himself for her sake. He learns to speak English and walk on two legs, skills that no other Meowth has. This guy is now a one-of-one legendary Pokemon whose value to both humans and his own kind can never be understated. And it wasn't easy, dude. They show you the whole process. It was miserable.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Bro, you got it.
She sells seashells.
On top of that, there were the beatings from the chef, which we both know I think was unjustifiable, but my brother begged to differ.
I mean, the cat can beat the shit out of you, so I feel like it's fair.
No, I'd mix a Meowth, dude.
Oh yeah? You'd mix a Meowth?
Yes.
Even though it can learn, it can use Shadow Ball.
Oh shit!
Double Edge. Thunder.
Thunder? Bro, how?
So Meowth has learned to walk and talk. He's just as good as any other human, right? Well, before we find out, I gotta talk about the shot composition of this episode because it is way better than it has any right to be. There are so many slick transitions. I adore the scene where Meowth reaches the end of the tunnel to Hollywood, and then it seamlessly cuts back to Ash and friends in the present. Hollywood itself is depicted with these beautiful Sailor Moon-esque pastel images. The pacing is impeccable, and there's even some cool moments of visual symbolism.
Oh my god, a hole in the window, just like the hole in his heart.
And why does he have this hole in his heart? Why do you think? Meowsy has the gall to look at this absolute legend and say that he is even worse than before because now he is a freak. I have no words. Not like there'd be any time to say them though, because Meowth's old gang is back.
What? Whoa!
Hiya, bud.
And then they killed him.
They want Meowth to join up with him again, but he's way too loyal to Team Rocket to even consider doing that. His first word was Rocket after all, because these writers are fucking gods. But then we get the twist that Meowsy is now a part of the gang. As I showed in that clip earlier, her owner ran out of money, so she just abandoned her, an action that I think is perfectly summed up by the note that I took for myself during my rewatch. Meowth gets the news from Meowsy while a national emergency just casually happens in the background.
Whoa, that is flying way too close to the ground, dude.
Hollywood is a scary place.
This is pre 9/11.
After hearing that she didn't want to join, Meowth steps in to get her out of there. But he doesn't know Thunder and Shadow Ball like every other Meowth in the world, so he's going to need a little help. From who else but the two best characters in the show. They hit you with a baseline that they do an alternate version of their normal Team Rocket motto over before jumping in to save the day.
We may be mean and nasty, but we
Oh,
never turn
I
our
love
backs
them.
on a teammate in trouble.
As long as we're not exposed
They are the best
to any
characters.
actual physical danger.
Dude.
Oh, dude!
I can't overstate how much these two make this show. Huge hats off to the voice actors Eric Stewart and Rachel Lillis. Their personalities are so fun and charming. And on that note, I want to say rest in peace to Rachel Lillis, who not only played Jessie, but also Misty. Your voices were enjoyed in my home almost every day when I was growing up. Thank you so much for your hard work, and fuck cancer. So as a payoff for watching the first episode, you get to see Ekans and Coughing all grown up and evolved. And in another transition that might be just a little too artsy, we cut from Team Rocket gassing the cats so that they can escape to Meowth and Persian standing on a roof as the sun sets in the background so they can duel for Meowsy. It's so jarring, I love it.
What is
Now we're on the
happening?
roof. We're on the roof, you don't understand?
Of course, the roof.
On said roof, Meowth defeats Persian and just guess. Guess. I want you to guess what Meowsy's reaction is. She runs to Persian and says that she likes him way more and doubles down on Meowth being a freak. This is like watching your friend get bullied from behind a fence. There is no closure, no little nugget of positivity to cling to. Jesse and James don't even refute the idea that Meowth is a freak. And the cherry on top is the final scene of the episode where Meowth is like, oh, I wonder if Meowsy's looking at the moon too.
You gotta give me closure. He has to be okay, dog.
It's like wishing for Frieza to have a good ending.
Bro, Frieza kills people!
So does Meowth.
He killed my heart just now.
He basically killed that person.
Fuck you, 4Kids. You did this probably.
I don't even want to, like, the Ash plotline went nowhere. Do you care? No, of course not. Now outro because I have to go lie down. So, special thanks to Silent Secondary, Mr. Chocolate Salmon, and the rest of my wonderful patrons. Don't ever give your time to people who don't deserve you, and always remember that you are worthy of real love. I know I'm being fake angry for the video, but I really mean that last part. I'll see you guys next time.